Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Early Morning Core. I'm your host. It is currently 3:17 in the morning, and I hope that you all are having a wonderful morning just like me. I also hope that you all have your coffee, energy drink, tea, whatever it is that you may need to get your morning started. I've got both coffee with creamer and sugar and a vitamin water right next to me because it's delicious. I don't know, and I finally actually bought some. But anyways, today we will be covering a movie called The Witch. It's another A24 film, and I think this was kind of one of those movies for A24 that really kicked it off. Uh, Before I say any facts or anything about the movie, I'm just gonna go ahead and say that I absolutely loved it. It might make my top five. I'm gonna say. I want to say it's probably like in the number four range, number five range. Movie was really good. I loved it. The atmosphere, the lighting, the acting, the dialogue. I can't say that I did not like the movie. I will admit, when I watched it Thursday, that I did not appreciate it whenever I wrote my notes because I was just so tired. It was like, I think 11 o'clock or midnight, something like that. And I'm just over here trying not to fall asleep while watching it, but I absolutely loved it. Feelings didn't change. It was just whenever I rewatched it where I'm like, oh my god, this is so good. Especially for it being a debut film by Robert Eggers. It was really good. I was thoroughly surprised. Let's see. The ratings from Rotten Tomatoes is 91%. IMDb it's 7 out of 10. Letterboxd it's 3.8 out of 5. So overall good. I mean, most people seem to like it. I really could not find an issue with it, but I also know that I'm a weirdo when it comes to what I love versus what other people don't like. So the budget was $4 million, and it ended up grossing over $40 million. That's a that's a success if I've ever heard it. It's really good, dude. The film location was in Ontario because they really wanted like undisturbed woods for all of their outdoor shots and stuff. Can't blame them because shoot, when you're trying to be like the 17th century, yeah, it's gonna be that's kind of what you need, especially after you've been banished and by the church. I don't, I still kind of didn't understand that part, but oh well. But yeah, it was set in 17th century New England, which I'm not good with my history, so I don't know much about those years or anything. I've also got a few fun facts. I've got one, two, three, four, five fun facts for you guys about this movie. It was spelled kind of like two V, like Vitch, because W wasn't a common letter. Whenever the language was around, and that's how they would have spelled witch. This one, to me, is one of the coolest facts. It was shot in only 25 days. 25 days for all that dialogue, all the scenes in the woods, indoor scenes. I'm surprised. That's insane. That's barely a month. The language, and this part is kind of spoiler, but I'll end up spoiling the rest of the movie soon, anyways. But the language that the witches use is Enochian, which is supposed to be like the language of angels, I think. Second to last fact is Black Phillip was supposed to have more scenes, but they ended up cutting them out and scrapping them because Black Phillip, the black goat that they had on set, was just so god awful to work with. Apparently, it was really difficult to work with him. He was just awful, and it was talking about how good the horse, the dog, the crow, and I think the rabbit were. They're like, these animals are completely fine to work with, but this black goat sucks. Okay, and this is probably my second to favorite fun fact. Uh, and that most of the lighting was natural. They did not use like hardly any artificial lighting or editing or anything like that. And I think the natural lighting you can really see uh, in the indoor scenes. There's one where it is nighttime and the family is gathered around and they are praying, but you can really tell that's the natural lighting because all that is there is a couple candles and it's like really dark, but it looks so good. And I want to say most of the scenes in the woods and stuff are like that too. So, but yeah, it's quite a few good facts. And then now that I've properly glazed how much I love the movie, how well it's shot, the lighting, the acting, the dialogue, the cast, I'm gonna go ahead and say that the cast did great. It was really, really good. If I had to rate it like out of a 10 or something, I'd give it like a solid 9.5, maybe. It was really good. I did not find myself bored with it whatsoever, and I know because it is like a slow burn type movie that it is pretty easy to get bored of a movie like that, but not when you're entertained by everything else about the movie. Oh, without further ado, let's go ahead and talk about the movie and what all happens in it. So, for my notes, my first one is dude with cool voice banished. That would be the father of the family that we follow that live next to the woods. Not in the woods, but next to the woods. But basically, this family gets banished for not practicing the same type of Christianity as this village. Uh, and the father, I forgot his name, and I don't even think I wrote his name down once. Throughout my notes, I just have father and mother. So, but anyways, basically, he has his strong beliefs in the way that he follows Christianity, and so does the village. So they kick him out and his family. So the family consists of the father, the mother, the oldest girl, which is played by Anya Taylor Joy. Her name is Thomason in this movie. The oldest son, which is named Caleb, who is, I think, like 11 or maybe 12. Then there are two twins. Their names are. Shoot. I don't think I have it written down either. Wait. Mercy and Jorah. And then their youngest, which is like a baby, named Samuel. So Samuel and Thomason are playing peekaboo outside while everybody else is working. Uh, they're living like this farmer type of lifestyle. They're getting their corn and stuff. That's what the family's up to, at least, while she's taking care of the baby. And something that is pretty unique in the movie, and I think only happens maybe one or two other times. Uh, and that would be Thomason begging for forgiveness from the Lord for having like impure thoughts and stuff like that. I mean, very, very low grade type stuff. She is not actively out here slitting throats or anything. She's just having bad thoughts. Uh, I'm pretty sure her words specifically were, I have thought of sin or dreamed of sin or something like that. Uh, Next thing we know, Samuel got kidnapped. Like, while they are playing peekaboo. Samuel gets snatched. Next thing we see is, I wrote this down, Little Red Riding Hood, question mark. It's a witch wearing a red cloak, running through the woods. But nobody else really sees it, I think, except for one of the twins. And it's not revealed that she's seen it until way later. But Samuel gets sacrificed. And this is so early in the movie. Like, I think we are only maybe 10 minutes in, and the baby gets sacrificed and turned into just blood and rubbed all over a wooden broom for this witch. It's bad. Next thing we see is father and the oldest son Caleb with a giant gun in the woods because they are not getting much food from their crops. They are about to be like starving. But anyways, Caleb starts having like really religious questions because in their beliefs you are born with sin. So Caleb is basically saying, if Samuel's dead, then is he in hell? And it's pretty sad little conversation between the two of them, and the father is basically just trying to comfort him as much as he can. It was a pretty sad little scene. Thomason grabs an egg, drops it, busts. It's a bloody egg. There's like a little what might have been chicken in it. Then we cut back to the father and Caleb, and they are checking this little bear trap. And Caleb kind of says, how did we get this? I mean, and the father admitted to selling this silver cup that belongs to his wife that she got from like her father or something like that. So something valuable, and he's like, if you can, keep it a secret from your mother, please, because, and that's another thing, is that these people do keep secrets and they do lie, but the way that they try and work around it to make it not seem like a sin or something is amazing, because basically to lie they will say, oh well, it was supposed to be a surprise, or it's a fantasy. Like, they don't just straight up say, I'm lying to you. Like, no. Oh no, I wasn't hiding that I got $200 from you. I wasn't keeping a secret. I was just letting it be a surprise. that's that's how they work with that. But anyways, they see this rabbit. So father takes this giant rifle, aims, and whenever he goes to fire, kind of like it misfires somehow and gets him in the eye. Like, the black powder kind of ignites and hits him in the eye, it looks like. But yep. Next thing we know, we are back in the little back around the house and the farm, and the two twins. They're young. I would say maybe 5. Uh, but they're chasing Philip, this bad goat. And I wrote this: Philip gonna hurt someone, because they're doing like this song about Black Phillip, and uh, there's like this one wide shot where it's the twins on the right side, and then it shows Black Phillip get up on his hind legs on the left, and it looks like he's about to ram, you know. But then their father shows up and grabs a hold of Black Phillip and wrestles him back into his fenced-in pen or whatever. But yeah, these twins are crazy about Black Phillip. But anyways, the mother starts questioning where they were, where father and Caleb were, and thinking that they went into the woods and everything. And uh, the son actually stepped in and lied and said, "I thought I saw an apple tree or something. We just wanted to surprise you. I really thought it was apples, but I was wrong." And like I said, the dialogue is really good. All the writing is really good because it matches how they would have talked in the 17th century. Like, it is mwah, French kiss. It is so good. But next thing we know, we are like waking up the next day, and we didn't know this yet, but apparently all the kids share like the attic or so, and the son, Caleb, is staring at Thomason's chest. He's I guess getting a little bit older, getting more curious or whatever, but it's pretty weird. Uh this is weird. Okay, so Thomason was doing something outside. Caleb came out and joined her and was doing that same thing of staring at her chest, and she's like, "What are you laying around for?" or something like that. I can't remember the exact line. But then one of the twins comes out and is like, "I be the witch of the wood. Clickety clackety. Clickety clackety." And then that's when Thomason kind of has enough and it's like, "I be the witch of the wood. Every night when I go to sleep, my soul slips from me body and I dance naked with the devil." Like, really good line delivery from her. Probably one of my favorite moments of the movie. But and she was like being genuinely scary of trying to scare Mercy. And then uh I don't know why, but I wrote down mother accusing Thomason. I can't remember what she was accusing her of. Because I don't think she was accusing Thomason of being a witch yet. She might be accusing her of. Yeah, no, I've got no idea what that was for. Watch the movie. You'll understand why I wrote that. Uh, then this one, mother and father are arguing for something. The mother believes that Sam is in hell and that they are cursed, and yeah. Anyways, Caleb tries to go off into the woods by himself to check the trap and try and get food. Thomason is like, "Where are you going? What are you doing?" Caleb says, "All right, you got to keep it secret, though. I'm going out into the woods." So Thomason goes with Caleb into the woods. And then this rabbit, the same one, shows up. Uh, the dog runs after it. Caleb runs after the dog. Thomason falls off the horse. Uh, she kind of like gets knocked out, but Caleb just gets lost. And Caleb found the witch's hut, and then next thing he knows, there's this hot woman coming out. The same type of thing from The Shining. I think that's maybe a nod to it, was how there's the old wrinkly woman, and then there is what she looks like or what she makes you think she looks like, and it's a woman, and this woman kisses Caleb, and yeah, he's already screwed. But basically, Thomason finds her way back. uh they couldn't find Caleb, but mother and father are arguing, and she actually ends up hitting him, and yeah, it's pretty bad. But Caleb ends up coming back, and it's like, I think raining, and he's naked and pale. But he's like sick. He was cursed. They say that he was witched, but while he is sick and pretty much comatose, uh, the mother is trying to do like this treatment or something where she cuts the side of Caleb's head. I guess kind of like a relief of pressure type thing. I don't know. But the goat is no longer making milk. Not Black Phillip, but the other goat. This goat's no longer making milk. It's like coming out as blood. So this goat's probably sick and dying. So the father wants to leave now. He's like, look, we will leave Thomason and the twins, and we will take Caleb to the village, try and get help for him. Caleb ends up dying in a scene that is so. This actor did a really, really good job with this scene. Like, unbelievable. Thomason and the parents are praying, and the twins, they're like, I can't remember my prayer or something. Like, they're young witches. They can't pray. I don't think they can, at least. But yeah, Caleb ends up dying in a pretty sad scene. He is like going on about the embrace of his Lord and his master or whatever, and yeah, he ends up passing away. It sucks. But Thomason and the two twins, they get locked into so yeah, the father nails like the door shut to the barn with Black Phillip, the twins, and Thomason inside it, because Thomason was basically saying that, the twins, they keep whispering to this goat. They keep talking to it. And the devil is takes form of a male goat, and but the twins are also saying that Thomason is a witch, and the mother thinks that she's a witch. I don't know. It's weird. Like, I wouldn't have thought that Thomason's a witch. I would have thought that we just got bad luck. But they end up burying Caleb, and it's this sad scene where the mother is in the grave with Caleb holding him. She's about ready to give up. But the father, this happens kind of frequently through the movie, where there will be like a difficult situation, and then he just starts splitting wood next to the house. And this part, uh this is we're like pretty much almost at the end. We are just maybe 10 minutes away from the end. But the witch is playing tricks on the mother, basically making her see Samuel and Caleb, or well, Caleb holding Samuel and her silver cup in the background and stuff, and is like, will you look at this book with me? Basically tricks her into signing the book of the devil and nursing a crow, which apparently that's a religious thing. I don't know what the meaning is or significance of it. I should look stuff like that up. But I've got witch slurping and then bloody nip. The bloody nip I know is because of the crow nursing on the mother. Oh, and this caught me so off guard. It is the next morning. Twins are dead. Barn is busted up. There's like witch trinkets hanging all over this house. But the father gets killed by Philip. Like, he just gets stabbed and then he gets knocked and buried under a bunch of wood. Like, it was pretty crazy. I was very shocked. My wife actually recorded my reaction because she has seen this movie and she was like, "Are you surprised?" I'm like, it just came out of nowhere. I wasn't expecting it like that. I wasn't expecting like the movie kicked off and then it kicked off like but and then I wrote F this mother cuz I just don't like her. I mean, the actress does phenomenal. She does great, but I don't know. She's just horrible when it comes to Thomason. Like, she just blames Thomason for everything that could have ever been done. They end up fighting, and Thomason ends up killing her with a knife. Uh, and then Thomason has nobody. She's got nothing, pretty much. So she ends up talking to Black Phillip and asks him, "Will you talk to me the same way that you talk to the twins?" And then we do hear a voice. It is Black Phillip. And a book appears, and then Black Phillip turns into a man. Thomason signs it. She gets naked, and then she goes into the woods, and there's like a coven of witches dancing around this fire. And then they all start floating, and Anya Taylor-Joy is just like laughing, and they're having like a grand old time now. But that was The Witch, and that was general layout of what happens in the movie. Course, please go watch it. It was really, really good. I loved every second of it. I could not say that I was bored. If there's a director's cut, I'm gonna find it and I'm gonna watch it because I really want more of what I've seen. Uh, like I said, this is probably my number 4 of A24 horror films, maybe more, depending on when I rewatch it again. But was a really good movie. I loved it. I hope that y'all have a wonderful day, and thank you for coming out and listening to this episode or any episode, really. I appreciate all the support that you guys are giving me. Yep. I hope you all have a wonderful one. I'll see you in the next episode. Bye bye. Oh, shoot. I should go ahead and mention. Uh, the next episode that I will end up releasing is probably not going to be Talk to Me. I don't think I'm going to be covering that. My original plan was to cover The Witch and Talk to Me last week, but just because of everything going on in my personal life right now, I just don't have the time for it. So the next episode that I end up doing, maybe about the movie The Hole in the Ground. I just watched it last night. It was okay. It was pretty good. I'm not gonna say it was masterpiece like The Witch, but it was pretty good. I'd still recommend watching it. Anyways, hope you all have a wonderful day. Bye bye.